Right, hello, and welcome to this reading on burning bridges. This is a reading for people who are experiencing some kind of relationship upheaval, situationship upheaval, or jobs, or anything that seems a little bit like it's up in the air, and you're kind of wondering, is it time to burn that bridge, or is it time to actually come and meet in the middle, meet in that middle space, and find and work out the differences. So yeah, I've got a few questions that I've jotted down just before, and yeah, let's get it started. Right, it's slightly rainy here, and I'm kind of enjoying this unpredictable mood that the whole day has been in so far. We've just got two cards in reverse. Right, Sun in reverse and Ace of Cups in reverse. I haven't even asked the question yet. Right. You versus them. What is the bridge connecting you to? What is your relationship to this person? How can I just want to get some clarity on what your relationship is to this thing that we're potentially burning a bridge with. And we've already got Ace of Cups and Sun in reverse, so potentially, here comes two more cards. Potentially, whatever the thing is, it's a emotional sort of opportunity that seems to have become a bit twisted, and also now with the Sun in reverse, there's kind of this illusion, or things not seeming to the light is shining on objects and they're reflecting in a weird way, they're like glitching out or some shit. And then we've got Three of Wands and Six of Cups for the thing that is that you're connected to. So whatever it is, it's something that you have that potentially makes you feel nostalgic. Also could be in the good times, it could make you feel younger again, like a child, or at least kind of makes you, it's something that the inner child wanted or wants. With the Three of Wands, it's like, yeah, you're there has been times where you felt quite grounded in this connection, in this relationship, in this job. Cool. So it's something that has been potentially around for a little while, considering the Six of Cups has come around, even if it's just in the energy form, not necessarily in the person. Cool. And then right, is this connection healthy? I know that's quite it's quite a quite a loaded question. I'm not sure whether it's loaded, but we get the Queen of Cups. This connection can potentially, or has been healthy. There has been a positive expression of emotions as the train goes across the bridge now. It's like there's been this emotional exchange. The trains are able to go across the bridge and get to the other side and reach their destination. The emotions are able to travel and deliver their messages. Let's see what else there. So we've got Queen of Cups, the Star. Wow, okay. This is seeming quite good. And then Five of Cups. So this relationship has quite severe ups and downs, I'm getting the feeling. Because the Star is the fool's journey, going on that quest for to learn more about yourself and individuate from the collective, and then re-individuate back in, and then experience all that. And then the Five of Cups is kind of disappointment, loss, and feeling like there is no more opportunities, even if there are actually opportunities all around you. So I feel like this relationship, the problem that you might be experiencing with this relationship or this situation, this job, is the fact that it's very up and downy, and there's moments where you feel that you are very much aligned and in your purpose with this person or with this thing, and then there's like other times where it really feels, I'm hearing it feels like the world goes black and white and flat, and it's like everything retracts back, like a tree going into winter. All the energy retracts into the roots and kind of hides because because of the fact because of the fact you get wounded, or there's triggers, or you get something like that happens that brings you into a space of not being able to manifest that star energy so willingly, and having to really push your way through some dense energy. Right, so this is why, I guess this is why, the question is it a healthy relationship is quite a hard one to answer, and that's why I was kind of saying maybe loaded. It's just the fact that it's so, it seems like there's a duality to this connection that's quite severe, and that's in a way why the bridge it's very tempting to want to burn that bridge down, because there's such a big gap, like this estuary here is massive. It seems like it'd be impossible to swim across it if there hadn't been a bridge built, if the relationship hadn't been made. Like it's almost, there's questions about why this bridge is even here. Like what the fuck? Like why is this a thing in your life? It's like, if there was love, or if there was mutual feelings between the two of you at one time, it's now like, it's not that those feelings have necessarily vanished or couldn't come back. It's just that there's a confusion about why those feelings even arose, because of the fact the vast differences between you and this other person, and perhaps what has gone on, the way that the other person has wounded you, or potentially even your own, there's times where you've done that to the other person inadvertently. Alright, cool. So I feel quite confident about this kind of what's going on here. What am I trying to say? I just feel confident, and maybe you should feel confident too. Like, this is confusing, these sorts of big contrasts, they can really throw you through a loop and kind of really shake you about, and make even the most confident person feel very uneasy and kind of anxious about life. So just feel confident, feel confident, sit in that confidence, and trust that, even because in times like this, when you do have these decisions to make, should I leave, or should I stay, or should I go, kind of it seems like kind of fight or flight energy. It's like the confidence actually brings you out of that energy and makes you see the meeting point that could be established in the middle of the bridge, even if ultimately it does have to be burnt down, or altered, put in a different spot. That's an interesting idea. Rebuild the bridge in a place, take the bridge down that is bridging a massive gap, and maybe construct a new bridge where there's more in common. I don't know, I'm getting a message. That's kind of what I'm getting for some of you, actually. What's the opportunity then? I get Queen of Pentacles, but that came up cool. An Eight of Pentacles. So there is a lot that could be built still in this relationship. Alright, sorry, I just got cut off there. But what is the opportunity? It is Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So if we can maintain that kind of, even though we're talking about burning bridges here, if we can maintain that kind of more relaxed, feminine, slow sort of patient energy of the Eight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, we can maybe not get burnt ourselves in this process, I guess, is kind of what these cards are saying. But the Queen of Pentacles always, like, she's holding on to this this pentacle quite tightly, and there is I would say another part of the opportunity would be to kind of let that go a little bit, and let it go and let it flow a little bit more, and be a bit more relaxed. It may seem right now that this situation is kind of like, you might have been thinking about what's going on for days, and it's kind of starting to kind of make you a bit nutsoid, and it might feel even though it's not the biggest of situations right now, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it may not be the most extreme situation that's going on, but it's still taking up a lot of your mind space, a lot of your time. So yeah, there is the opportunity is to be able to definitely meet in the middle of the bridge, and I'm hearing come with a flamethrower, but also a fire extinguisher, because the both energies are needed right now, both the fiery energy and also the sort of watery energy, and we get the Fool, and come fresh, come like not like this has been going for a long time, but come as if this is like a completely fresh start, a completely sort of new experience, because whatever happens going forward from this point, whether you decide to burn the bridge or not, it is a point, it is a I'm hearing a trig point, like a point where nothing will ever be the same again, and it's a new story, it's a new start. And don't let that be daunting, because the opposite of that is excitement, you know. It should be exciting, I think. And what's the challenge? What's the challenge then? Ooh. Judgment. Yeah, the challenge is that nothing can go back. We can't go back to how it was before. You know, the healthy and unhealthy aspects and everything. It's all in a completely it's all different now. We're in a different dimension. We're in a different world to what we were in before. And I'm just feeling like, since I've just for the past 5 minutes, I'm feeling this sort of slightly angsty energy coming up that is, I think, a response to this kind of this judgment, this new this finale, a new sort of start energy. Let me just sit in this for a second, because it's feeling a bit it's feeling like it needs to be grounded. I mean, judgment is quite heavy energy in some respects. Yeah. Yeah, ultimately it is just knowing that you know, you're here for a reason. You're not, it isn't your shadow or your like an unworked through part of you that is trying to self-sabotage this connection. No, it's not that. You are genuinely, things have happened in this relationship that have brought the whole spiel into question, you know, and it is perfectly valid for you to now be like, right, we need to meet in the middle of this bridge and have a shootout. Well, hopefully not, but you know what I mean. Like it's shit has happened, basically, and it's time for an evaluation. Cool. All right, I'm feeling a bit better about this energy now. Next question: what is the other person's energy, or the other thing's energy? May I ask, Spirit? What is the other person's energy? Ooh, we've got 6 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles, and I want to get one more. Kind of a slow, I'm getting a sort of apathetic sort of feeling from this energy, like moving away from you, or moving away from this situation towards a sort of slow burn Knight of Pentacles energy is quite kind of they just feel a bit they feel a bit disappointed as well, a bit unsatisfied, and kind of like they've fallen back into a sort of perhaps a cycle that they found themselves in before or during the time that you knew them. And then, Three of Cups. They are looking for connection there. But why are they looking? The Moon. They feel okay. Yeah, they are looking to kind of come back in, and because I got the Moon here, and ask some questions, because like just like you, they have, there's certain questions that they have that they would like to answer, that they'd like to have answered. They can also feel this judgment energy, is what I'm trying to say. And how is this energy affecting me? Affecting me? I mean, yeah, maybe it is affecting me. How is this energy affecting you, though? Coming from the other person. Seven of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. It's kind of it feels like it's kind of aggravating you, to be honest. And I think that's because of the fact this person, when they feel that there's something hidden, whether there is or there isn't, or whether they have the right to know or don't, the way that they try and assess that is through a way that is quite irritating or agitating to you. Like it's like they almost become a personal investigator. They kind of you thought that it was a love connection, and the next minute they're investigating your the way that you act and the way you move through the world, and calling you out for these random things that have nothing to do with the connection, is what I'm hearing. So that can be quite irritating, but that's coming from a place of them feeling like there's something hidden, which there could well be. But I would say, depending on the way that you deal with hidden things and that kind of stuff in general, often we don't tell everyone about all the things that happen to us in our life, or what is some things are meant to be kept secret. So but then there is also times where secrets can be used, or not telling someone something can be used negatively to kind of put the other person in a either breadcrumb someone or kind of control them, you know what I mean? So there's definitely an issue of secrets going on here, and how and when whether it's appropriate to tell the secrets, but then also how secrets are being potentially used to breadcrumb or control. Yeah, and I feel like you're feeling this energy, and you're kind of like, no thank you. Like, I've dealt with these sorts of energies before in my life, and it tends to normally go the same way, that these people are not to be hung around with, And what is your energy then? Nine of Cups with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you are you're looking towards your wish fulfillment, and you're looking with a very stable you're currently in actually a very sort of stable place and position. Quite masculine energy I'm feeling, although there is that balance of the feminine and being able to feel and intuit your way through this situation. But the actual what your energy actually is, I would say, is very very kind of thoughtful and imaginative, and I'm hearing whimsical and lovely. It's a lovely energy you've got, like, and I think this other person knows this as well. They do know, despite the fact that they have this sort of they feel like you're keeping things from them, and that there's like this secret or something. They still, for them, there's a weird conflict in their head, because they know that, but then on the surface it seems like you're a really lovely person, and that's because you are. You are this really genuine, down-to-earth person who's very spiritual and quite an esoteric badass. So I think it's, I feel like the other person is kind of mistaking the fact that you're, it feels like you're kind of having to go down to their level in some respects, in terms of how you talk to them and how you have a conversation with them, so that they don't get super triggered. And then because of the fact you're doing that, they sense that you're hiding something from them, which is your spiritual badassery. And then in turn that creates this conflict. And then you're just like, well, I don't want anything to do with this, which is fair enough. Like, you're the King of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. Like, you've got places to be, and you don't need to go down to this person's level if they're not going to be able to accommodate you there. Dearie me. So ultimately, can you meet in the middle? Can you guys meet in the middle? Can you guys meet in the middle? That's the big question. Oh, what was that? Page of Pentacles? Maybe. Oh, what's that? Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, if you can work out some... Oh, if you can work... Ten of Swords. So we've got Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords in reverse, and Ten of Swords. What is this, Spirit? Queen of Swords? Okay. Definitely stick to your guns on this one. Be very truthful. Although I would definitely not suggest approaching in an argumentative way, even if the other person does, when you're meeting in the middle, does approach you in an argumentative way. I don't think that's the energy to embody right now. Like, anger is a very valid emotion, and it can be expressed in many ways, but right now fire is not gonna create water. So whatever goes on in this meeting in the middle, I would suggest coming at it with a Queen of Swords mentality, with the sort of the goal being to establish this sort of Page of Pentacles, this kind of new starting, new grounding energy that could be established in this relationship. However, the Three of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Swords, I'm not really sure whether this other person is willing to meet you in this place. I mean, are they? What is the other person going to? Seven of Wands. No, the things that you're going to bring up to them, they're just going to either, from what I can see in these cards, they're either going to try and blame you for the things that you're bringing up to them about them, or they're going to apologise, but the apology will seem kind of a bit lackluster, and they won't actually take any action. Yeah, and it's like, I'm still a little bit flummoxed about this Three of Swords. That's quite cruel and mean that you... Three of Swords in reverse is like, finally I've just worked through this kind of horrible heartbreak energy, and now now the Ten of Swords. But I think this is the feeling in the lower polarity of this relationship in general, is the fact that you just, as soon as you've left this kind of, you just dealt with a Three of Swords situation, and you're like, finally we're cool again, and then it happens again, and then you're like Queen of Swords, like, what do you expect me to do? You just stabbed me in the back 10 times after giving me a massive heartbreak. Like, do you expect me to stick around and put the blame on me, and say that I'm the one who's being oversensitive, overfeeling? Like, what's the big deal? It's like I can almost hear this person like saying, "Collective, you're so you're so sensitive. Why don't you just, like, you're reading way too much into this?" But it's like, your emotions are valid too, bro. Like, it's not. If you feel a certain way about connection, you shouldn't. And you tell the other person that, they shouldn't just say, oh, you're being too sensitive, that's not, like, just calm down. Not in this what's going on here anyway. I'm not seeing that should be the energy at all. So yeah, does this bridge need to be burned? The question that we've been waiting for this whole time. Does this motherfucking bridge need to be burned? Death. Fucking burn this bridge, bro. There's the transformation on the other side of this that is quite radical, and I think you're going to surprise yourself at the fact that, I mean, ultimately you can burn this bridge and it may be that you find another way to connect. Like I said before, you may find a different bridge to connect with this person if that's your energy, or maybe you're just done, you know, it depends. But whatever's the case, this particular bridge, the bridge behind me, that's getting burned, and I would say that's a highly transformative thing for you to do, and that wherever you go next in life, you will think back and you'll think, oh, thank the Lord that I actually, you know, carried on and carried on the road on that situation and didn't stick around and stagnate in that place, you know, in that space and with that person, because ultimately what's coming for you next in life, from what I can feel, is quite positive, and that as much as you may encounter more relationships like this one, I think you'll be able to deal with them quite effortlessly in some respects, even if they do bring up feelings of sadness, tears, or whatever, you know, you'll be able to deal with them like the spiritual badass that you are, Four of Pentacles, and carry on, you know, knowing your worth. Four of Pentacles, knowing your worth. So before we end this reading, can we get like what is kind of the potential like future outcome, or what is collective's future looking like? Can I get a few cards on that, Spirit, before I close out the reading? Taking a flop time. Let's see what they got. Okay, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, and Page of Cups. Yeah, we're leaving behind this kind of in-out trickster energy, working with it and establishing. Page of Cups is like, yo, you know, I can see what's going on here, and I'm going to use my emotions to get me to a new place. You know, I'm going to use my emotions as a chariot to get me to a new location, my intuition, my feelings, and get me out of this trickster energy in a negative sense, where things are being hidden, or there's like weird relationship dynamics and stuff like that. And I'm gonna you know, travel and get to a place that is, yeah, Ten of Wands, that is not going to ultimately drain my energy or burn me out. And what's that? And the Hierophant, acquire, or maybe not acquire from the external world, but sit in that knowledge that you are, you know, you are God. All right. On that God shell, on that bombshell, let's end this reading here. I love you so fucking much. All right, I'll see you next time. That was a bit intense. I just love you. All right, I'll see you.